to hurry, guys, because I'm late for classroom time. This is classroom time right here. We're in class time. We're in the presence of greatness,
fantasticness.
You guys are the greatness.
My tie on, so let me get my tie on to show the teacher that we got respect here. This is like we're all about respect here and all that. And
I forgot my tie. I'm wearing a hoodie.
Yeah, I got a bandana around my neck. I'm okay. It's the same thing as a tie.
Now, this is a mask-only kind of classroom, so I'm gonna need you guys to put.
Now, we got a few people popping in at the moment. We got Carla Webster. We got Tom Murr. Now, you guys noticed that we're 3 minutes late. I never like to jump on a show late. I'm always like right on time. But we had a door knocked upstairs, and some listener got our address, got our address somehow, and sent us a pizza.
That's crazy.
Poison.
Now, Bob, first of all, Bob, let me ask you this question. I haven't even looked at the pizza. I mean, is this a joke kind of a pizza? Is like anchovies?
I'm going to go get it. I was waiting for Tanuj to show up, and I'm going to go grab the damn pizza while you guys talk.
I'm curious, what's on this pizza? I want to know if this is like a kind of a joke kind of a pizza. Like, I'm going to send you guys pizza, but it's going to be all anchovies on it.
Well, I don't die, so I'm going to go eat I'll grab the piece of pizza, and then I'll fucking eat it. I don't care if it's from a stranger.
Now, if this pizza was sent from Assimilation, that's for me, then there's going to be pineapples on that pepperoni pizza. But, Bob, let me know what kind of pizza it is.
Okay, I'll be right back. You guys keep talking.
We got James Harrelson here.
James, brother, what's up, James?
We got Tom Murr. Oh yeah, already got these people. Man, what a week, man! It's been a fun week. I think teenage we did a surprise show kind of yesterday because I actually had a Scientology lady wanted to talk. So I decided, since the reason she wanted to talk because we did a show a while back on Scientology and I did their questionnaire online. And since I did it online on air, they must have got my email address. They kept sending me emails. So I'm like, well, if they want to talk to me, I'm going to do it on air. We started on air. We did on air. And got them on air, started talking. Like, they said, ask questions. Well, to go further with questions, you need to buy my book. You got to do our book first. And then
it's a scam, bro.
Book, I'm serious. When you get the book, then you got to go online to do a test on it. And I'm like, okay, well, how much is this book? How much is this book and this test? $80. Like, oh,
that's
$80. I'm like, and then somebody found the book on eBay for $2.95, but you got to buy the $80 book to be able to access to do their test online. I'm like, nah. I'm like, yeah, no, that's all right. That's all right. It's cool.
That feels like a pyramid scheme to me.
Could be, right? Could be. I mean, everything's a pyramid scheme. But going here today, I was telling everybody all week about the show, and I'm was treating this kind of a show not differently. I mean, we're all on here. I mean, there's no different in the background. It's all the same three people. But I said that I'm going to treat the show like we're in a college. That's why I call the show Matrix Institute of Technology. I thought that's had a nice ring to it. Oh, he's got the pizza. Hold on, Paul. First of all, what company is that pizza?
No eating in the classroom.
Is that Domino's?
I'm a rebel.
Is that Domino's?
Domino's, yeah.
Looks like a Domino's box. Now, what's on the pizza?
Let's see. It's pepperoni and looks like hot peppers.
Oh, if there's hot peppers in, my son upstairs won't eat it.
Apparently, that's what I was told.
Well, at least you got free food. That was very kind of your listener.
Now, I'm giving some to Erica right now.
It's been a weird week because I thought Friday was yesterday originally, and of course it wasn't Friday because my wife goes, "What time is the movie?" I go, 6:40, Godzilla, right? We're gonna go see Godzilla versus King Kong. Then I go, today's Friday. Tanisha's coming on today. I go, no shit, this is Thursday. Okay. No, she goes, I was just testing you for tomorrow. Oh, but then this morning I went up to make sure the movie time. I go, oh shit, King Kong's not out till next week. I'm like, I'm getting all my days fucked up. I'm like, oh, it's coming out in a second. Oh, because Friday we go to movies every Friday. I'm like, oh shit, we'll go see something else. So we're going to see some movie called fuck, I don't even know what it's called. About some guy who's a hidden assassin, a hidden killer, a nobody. Oh, the movie's called Nobody. But beyond that, so hold on, 1 second. Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Do I get a fucking plate?
No.
No plate? What? I got no napkins.
Are you gay? Not that there's anything wrong with being homosexual. We have a disclaimer. We had a dead gay brother, but eat a fucking pizza without us.
Okay, I guess I'll put it on this paper.
He wants a piece of paper.
All right.
Next thing you know, he'll want a glass of water.
I got my water.
Oh,
I got my water. Well, thank you, sir.
I question your sexuality.
So I was telling everybody all week that for this show, that's, I don't know if people believe in the Matrix or not, or believe in a simulation. And I told everybody that I don't care if you believe it or not. We're going to go into Friday like the comic book series. What if? Okay, what if? You know, you woke up one day, you found out that we're living in a simulation. You know, the news came out. They told the whole world that you're all living in a simulation. And, you know, we're not technically awake yet, like the movie Matrix. We're not awake. We're still in the Matrix. We're in a simulation. And so I'm going to the point of going towards you, like, say we are living in a simulation, and I don't know if I fully believe what I just heard on the news. You know, breaking news. We're all living in a simulation.
Yes, we are.
And hold on. No. We want to learn, like, so what do I need to look for, teenage, like, if I think we're living in a simulation, if I heard this news right, what are the weird signs you think I should look for? What is this? I know you talk a lot about energy. How do I know what kind of energy to feel? How do I know if I'm feeling like an energy? You know what I'm talking about? Like, if I woke up trying to figure out if I'm living something, what is there clues that I should be looking for?
Actually, that's a good question.
So if you're feeling anything in general, like any feeling is energy, right? Feeling, we take feeling for granted. Or like, oh, I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling sad. Well, those are emotions, and emotions are energy in motion. There are different kinds of frequencies that you're emitting or picking up from the environment. So just the idea that we could feel different emotions and actually feel what's going on. Like if you walk into a room and there's an angry person, you can feel it in the air. You can feel the tension. You can feel the negative energy. And just by being able to feel that negative energy, you can already determine, wait, if I can feel past my body, if I can feel these senses, this information that's hitting me to my being, then there must be something that's going on that's transmitting frequencies back and forth from me to the environment. And it must be like I'm a radio antenna that's sending and receiving signals. And just by that concept alone, we can already determine, hey, this cannot be just a physical reality like we're told and like we see, because if I can pick up on different information that's beyond my physical senses, so to speak, then there must be something that's beyond that. And that's when you get into the astral realms and when you get into the energetic nature of reality.
I hear the word astral realms, and believe it or not, in a lot of literature. A lot of people talk about it. Can you tell people what an astral realm is? People just, you've gotten so used to it. It's for you, it's just a place, but nobody knows what an astral realm is. Tell people what it is.
So everything is an astral realm. I mean, this is an astral realm right now. Gypsy Road, the concept of Gypsy Road. Think about it. Where is Gypsy Road located? It's in the astrals. It's a concept within people's minds. It's a thought form. It's a
journey.
It's a collective idea. Where is America located? Sure, it's physical landmass, but that's just the earth. That's just ground. That's just grass. So it's a thought form. And so these thought forms and these ideas that we have about certain things, that is what you would call an astral realm. And then there's different astral realms depending on emotions, depending on frequencies. Positive realms are at a higher vibration. Lower realms are at a lower vibration, depending on the emotions. So everything is an astral realm because thoughts create reality. And that is something that has been scientifically proven. If you look at Dr. Emoto's studies with water, there's many studies. You've seen that, right?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those, especially also with rice, which blew
the
fuck away.
The rice experiment.
Holy shit, it blew me away. I had to do. I debunked. So the water stuff, I'm like, I'm on the fence. But when he did the rice, I was like, oh wow, they did it again and again and again. They had the same results with rotten rice. You could explain it, or I could just. They took rice and they loved the freshly cooked rice. They loved it, talked good things, played music, were positive. Went into another room where the rice is at, yelled at it, thought of the most serious things they could think of, used swearing beyond swearing can swear, rotten just music, and then that rice rotted, like it rotted. They go to the other rice, it's slowly, like very, very slowly breaking down. To the other rice, completely fungi rotten, just. Oh, wow. Wow. It's actually true. Not to interrupt you, man, but just throw a little bit of visual out there. Yeah.
And the people in the chat, I want to tell you guys, I got Matrix Unveiled channel. I pinned it so you guys could click to his channel that way. There's two ways you could actually get to his channel. I keep on doing that. I don't know why. I always accidentally share the screen that we're already on.
What the hell are you doing?
I did that yesterday too. I did that yesterday. It's the Matrix fucking with me. Okay. Maybe it's this one. Okay. So Matrix Unveiled, you guys can see his channel here. It's got a lot of fantastic videos. And what I try to do is when I catch up, every video that I get from him, I don't even ask for his permission. I said, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway. I don't need his permission. You guys all know that. No.
Yeah, I know.
I also have a Reddit, and I put all his stuff on my Reddit too. So
I appreciate that, brother. I didn't even know that.
If you forget his channel, you can scroll here. You can see the Matrix is on here, and if you keep scrolling down, there's he's all over the place on here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Even Bob's on here somehow.
Huh?
Even Bob's on here, but I put a lot of Matrix stuff on here. So if you subscribe to him on his channel, and if you forgot how to get to his channel, just go to my Reddit. Every video he comes out now, I reposted it on my Reddit, so you could get to him two different ways. So I just want people to know that. And the Reddit,
I definitely appreciate that, dude. I don't even have Reddit anymore on my phone because I was just getting so many notifications from all these crazy people talking about trading these different stocks. I was like, I just got to take this off my phone. It's just too annoying.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I told this the last 2 weeks. I was telling Bob that people with these Reddit sites, right? Not the one you create your own, right? I go to their sites. And say I went to a Mandela Effect site, and I was asking a question. Hey, do you guys remember this? What are you talking about, dude? You need residue, or you need 3-4 people. Well, I'm like, dude, that's why I'm asking. If anybody else remember Indiana Jones punching a woman, I wasn't, And it's like, fuck all these, like you're saying, fuck all these people are just fucking nuts. So I decided, I'm going to create my own, and I'm going to put good people on there. Anybody could drop videos on there. But the videos I'm going to drop are good people, and we're not going to yell at you for asking a question, because I think the format of asking questions now is kind of like went out the window. People don't want questions anymore. I think, Tanae, you probably talked about it. It seems like people now want to be told things. They want to be told no matter what, and people cannot think for themselves. And it's like people are afraid to ask questions, because when you do ask a question, you do get morons questioning your question. It's like, dude, just answer the question. It's yes or no.
Well, it's a major fight now, even amongst the people with whatever Mandela or whatever effect. Like, I'm not gonna try to take too much time, but for example, there was Lady Gaga, and I watched the fucking show with other people, and she'd come out during the inauguration, and I'm looking at her chest, and I go, oh, she's wearing a fucking big ass crow, like a big ass shiny ass crow. I go, that's weird. Why would she wear a crow? It reminds me of the Hunger Games. And I go, was she trying to pretend to be the Hunger Games lady or whatever? I don't even know that fucking lady's name. I barely watched the show. But it was the next day, all of a sudden, everybody, some, not all, but some people were screaming, hey, man, it's turned gold. I said, bullshit. I remember The Crow. I was thinking, oh, it's just the Mandela effect. It's like when The Crow was on the Noah's Ark now. So I looked it up. I said, holy shit, it's fucking gold. It was black for me. And I was talking to other people, and man, I had so much hate come at me saying, you're just an idiot. You're giving in to the fucking mind control that they're putting out there. You're one of the idiots. It's just claims to see the crow, but obviously it's a silver or it's a gold ass thing. And I go, no, it was a crow. I got in so many fights and so many arguments over a simple change. It happened the next day with people that had watched it with me saying, dude, the whole time we sat there, it was a gold ass bird. I said, no, it was a black ass crow. We saw the same thing, but we saw it and it caused a fight. And that's the way I see a lot of things happening now.
I know who sent the pizza. Alien Drunk asked how's the pizza. So thank you, Alien Drunk, for sitting.
Thank you, Alien Drunk.
That's awesome. So when you before you even talk to people, teenagers, do you feel if somebody's already going to be negative before you even talk to them?
Yeah, like miles away. Interaction with online communities. One thing that I've done is basically I pulled myself off of most of the social media networks. Like my Facebook is inactive at this point. I created my own community at this point. We have our own like community online, and I just started this up. It's something called a Mighty Network. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or if you watched some of the things that I posted about it. But it's an online private community. It's like our own Facebook.
I think I signed that one up.
What's up?
You sent something out in an email, right, about it? Because I think I signed up for the one you sent out in an email. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes. I made it. So initially I made it free, and then I realized like all these people were joining, and it was just getting like, it was the same thing that was happening to my Facebook groups, and on there was happening there. So I was like, oh, we can't do this, because people will do exactly what you guys were talking about. They will start spreading their crap everywhere. And I'm like, I need a place where it's going to be clean, where we can talk with like-minded individuals that are not going to have all of this negativity and all this confusion in the network. So I made it a one-time fee of $9.99. That's $10 basically. And trolls won't pay $10 to join. Only people that are serious will. So
that's what you're saying
ahead.
there. I want people to understand in the chat. That's what you're saying is not to make money. I know what you're saying, because to get the people who are, I don't know, I'm not saying fakes, but they're angry. They just want to cause chaos. They're trolls, whatever you want to call them. As soon as you put a price on something, they won't go in. And you're right. They won't go in. Even if you make it $3-4, they won't go in. And the people are going to pay. If I'm going to pay something, like if I'm going to pay for a streaming service, I'm going to watch it. Otherwise, I mean, why am I going to pay $10 to nothing? So you get the serious people to come in. And I want people in the chat to understand that sometimes you got to charge in a way to get the bad people out. I mean, luckily, like what you're talking about, you created
the best way.
Your website. I mean, I created like my website. You're in my website, just letting you know you're in there. You're under my Matrix Theory on my website. I got your name in here.
Yeah,
I got some channels. Because like you said, sometimes people go, Eric, aren't you afraid that you're gonna get kicked off of YouTube, or they're gonna shut down your channel? And I told Bob, well, they do. I just run my own website.
That was the reason why
there. People can come, and most trolls are not going to go over, because a lot of trolls stay on YouTube because that's where the flow is. That's where the majority of the people.
Yeah.
If you have your own other websites, unless you have like 10 million people, the trolls, like you're saying, they're not going to go there to. You might get one or two. I mean, don't say never.
Never. $10
right now, because right now, watch. Right now, if somebody's watching. It's like, I'm going to pay that, and I'm going to go to his channel. I'm going to troll him. Watch, you're going to have 1 or 2 people do that.
Yeah, they'll pay the money to try. I know.
That's fine, man.
Yeah. Go ahead, dude.
Like here, Hob says
You can pay the money to troll, and then I'll just kick you out. You know?
Hob says right here, I paid $10 not to have trolls spreading shit. See,
Yeah.
I mean that's
Exactly.
The fact.
And I actually asked my community. I asked them on Instagram. I was like, "Hey, do you guys want me to make this free, or do you want me to make it paid?" And the thing is, for me, it cost me like $30 a month to run the network.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why I made it paid. But I asked my community, "Do you want me to make it free or paid?" Most of them voted paid because they know the trolls will come in. They're like, "No, we don't want that. We want it to be a clean community. Kick everybody out that's not gonna, follow that." And lo and behold, we have a much cleaner community at this point. And I'm so like grateful for this idea that the universe gave me, which is to have like a private space off of YouTube. Because even on YouTube, there's trolls. Facebook, I think Facebook was the biggest infestation.
Oh God.
So
yeah, I don't do Facebook.
now we have our own network, which is amazing.
I haven't done Facebook since 2016. I just no, man. All my shit changed.
You guys are breaking up. I'm not sure if it's on my end or your end.
Oh, my end. I'm always breaking up.
Actually, I hear you both fine.
Oh no, sometimes energy. I think Tanuj, you figured it out. We get too excited and it throws out energy. Oh, he's frozen now. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, the Matrix.
Am I frozen or are you guys frozen?
No, we're not frozen at all. It's you.
Yeah, too much energy. Oh, we lost him.
He'll come back.
Every time he's on.
No, he'll come back. No, he's not right. I mean, he's right. Hold on. Let me remove that one. He's right.
Okay.
Because oh shit. Hold on. I was clicking out the empty square. I almost clicked ban you.
No.
I don't want to do that. Last time I did that, I accidentally clicked ban on somebody. I meant just to pull them out. The next thing I know it, an hour later, he made a video saying, "This motherfucker banned me. It was an accident." I'm like, dude, I didn't click to ban you on purpose. Somebody thought you said something wrong, so I pulled you out. So, I don't want to. Because somebody thought he said like a racist thing on accident, but he wasn't. So I pulled him out just to stop it, and he thought I banned him. Like, no, you don't need to make a you don't need to make a video on the side. Just come talk to me. But you're saying, doing your own website, you're right. It does cost money. Like I send out a weekly newsletter now. So whoever signs up on my website, they'll get a weekly newsletter. I do stories. I do what shows we're coming on. But to do those newsletters, I got to pay for this price. I got to pay for that. And to do videos on my channel on your own website, you got to pay for the bandwidth, So it's not cheap to run things. So it's not like you're just giving money away. You're helping out the channel. You're helping out even newsletters, sending out newsletters. I can only send out 5 a month for this much money. If I make more money, then I can send out more newsletters. But I don't make anything. Nobody likes me. Nobody likes buying my shirts.
Well, what I've done is you have to offer people incentives. So one thing that I'm adding is a free guided meditation ebook. So it's like a whole ebook on how to meditate, because a lot of people, the first thing they'll ask me is, "Hey, how do I meditate?" So I'm like, okay, join the community. There's a free ebook in there that I wrote that will teach you my techniques to meditate. And so if you give them incentives,
you're right. But I offer Bob to sing them a song.
Yeah.
If they sign up. Bob to sing a
my method of meditation doesn't go over very well. I said first you need booze, and then you need marijuana, and then other various things, and you can go into a deep state of meditation. But my kind of meditation is different. It invites jinn involved. You invite the demon. You got to actually battle demons while you're meditating. So yours is you got probably flying fish, a whale, things that are passive. Not me, man.
That's funny.
Don't encourage people.
But if somebody went to your classroom, because I know you have future plans. I don't know if you got it off the ground yet. I know you're working on it. You're working on kind of creating your own kind of schooling yourself, where a bunch of people come in and you could teach them. Do you? I know it's pre-stages. You got to build it up, but if you did have a class like starting tomorrow, what would you think the first main thing you would even kind of want to talk with somebody? I know you don't want to go from A all the way to a complicated, D or E. What would you think you would talk about right off the bat?
Yeah, sample us.
So firstly, this network that I'm building, this is where all the classes are going to be hosted, because it's an all-in-one platform. So that's the genius of it. And the first thing that we would start off with is just probably quieting the mind down and becoming aware of the energy. So becoming aware of a dimension of consciousness that is beyond just your logical mind and your physical body. And once you can tune into something that's beyond just those two things, which most people operate on: their emotions, their thoughts, and their sensations of their senses, Yeah. And if you could experience something beyond just that, some sort of energetic sensation, some sort of extrasensory perception, then we're leading you into the right direction. So that would be the first step, just to feel energy, just to feel presence, your own energy, just to feel the interconnectedness of things. And then we could, say I'm already getting kind of complicated there with that, but there's levels to it, there's steps to it, and that's the big thing. That's part of the curriculum is that we're trying to really see how can we break it down for the absolute beginner, so that way they can go from like level 0 to level 1000.
For the beginner.
It might sound weird, but I hope I say it correctly, where you don't think you're getting offended or anything like that.
No.
We were talking about Scientology yesterday with the chat and stuff, and somebody is saying, we're bringing up how the Matrix show, and somebody was saying, the Matrix is technically becoming, I mean, not like a cult, like Scientology, but it's becoming its own religion in a way. You know what I mean?
I see that happening. Yeah.
Does that sound weird, calling a Matrix a religion, or do you think it is kind of a religion if you go deep into it?
So like the idea of like subscribing to this whole Matrix reality, I want people to understand this is not something based off of belief. Like, I don't want you to sit here and believe my words. I want to give you the tools so you can then experience your own understandings of reality, and then you come to the conclusion of what you think it is. And when I use the word Matrix, I think that science fiction has portrayed it in a very silly way or cartoonish way, where they're like, oh, it's a Matrix, it's like the movie The Matrix.
Yeah.
When it's really not like the movie The Matrix. It's much more complex than that. And to call it something so like basic as The Matrix is one way. It's a very effective tool. Like, it's just like, okay, this is a word, this is a concept that we could use to help people understand. But if they get so caught up in the lore and the idea that it's a Matrix, and that, oh my God, it's a Matrix, like I'm stuck here and plugged in, I'm a battery, like all that BS, then it's like, yo, you're going down too far into this whole idea. And then you will be going into like a religion, and it's not a religion. The whole thing is we're after truth. We're after true understanding. So true understanding, what that means is your gnosis is always evolving. You're not stagnant. So if I learn, hey, I was wrong about something, or about the way I perceive reality, then I'll change my adjustments. But what I see in the reality, even right now as I'm talking, as I'm looking outside, I see how things are simulated. I see how things operate in sequences, how they actually happen in repetitive cycles, meaning the mailman always comes at 3 p.m. This guy always walks his dog at 6 p.m. Even the way different things operate, it's all seems to happen in a very routine kind of fashion. And this is This is evidence. And then of course there's Mandela effects. There's glitches in the game. There's glitches in the whole reality. And that's proof. That's showing you like, look, it's clearly something that is on some sort of a cycle. Whether you want to call it a matrix or you want to call it something else, that's your choice. That's your decision.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the pattern. Once you got locked into the patterns, it's fucking weird. It's deafening. It's like you can't stop seeing the patterns repeat itself.
Right, exactly.
You can't stop. I'll get up and go scratch myself, go do something, come back, and I mean I'm a number guy. It'll be 10:13, and then I'm like, what's the probability of 10:13? Anyway, I go do something else. I come back. I won't look at the clock the whole fucking day, and I'll come back and it'll be 1:13. I said, I've done 20,000 things since, and I am not looking for it. I'm not looking for it.
What do you think of this saying? Alien Drunk wrote, "The key is there is no self. The key to a peaceful mind is realizing there is no physical needs. It's all realizing you're just here."
Ooh, that's like the Spoon Kid.
Yeah, that's like I'm like, man, that's pretty deep. You know, like you said, when people hear the word Matrix, you're right. People automatically go to the movie and stuff, and a lot of people don't realize the Matrix is a word that's from the Bible, from the oldest word in the old generation. So Matrix is not a new word. It's not a word that just started because Keanu Reeves put on a black suit and he's flying like Superman.
And it is in some counts for some people. I don't say all. I'm saying it is for some counts for some people. Mandela effect in the Bible. They don't ever remember that word. These are the people that are diehard, have been reading it like it's, everything. And they're like, I've never seen that word before. They asked me, and I said, I'm going to be honest with you. I have never seen the word either in the Bible. I don't know why. And I'm talking about antiquity. I'm talking about historical document. Blah, blah, blah. I don't remember them even wanting. Why would they use that? Why would back to history? Why would a monk sitting there? This is written in Latin by a bunch of monks that devoted. They were donated to the their little skinheads that couldn't go hunt or gather, so they were given to the fucking monastery to learn to read and write, and then they write Bibles their whole fucking life. That's a thrill. They sat there willingly and wrote Matrix, the word Matrix in the what? They don't have a concept of that fucking word. Why would they put that in there?
Unless the only way that they would have a concept is, of course, they studied the reality interdimensionally and they understood, hey, Matrix means womb.
Yes.
And so we are inside of, we're on Earth, right? What is Earth other than the womb of, what are we in other than the womb of Earth? We are literally Earth's children. We're running around Earth. She's a live organism.
It's a deep word. It's a deep. Think about it. From the time, this is not present. This is back, guys. Everybody remember back where they shit and shat inside of a small container underneath their bed. This is a horrible place back in the day. Use the word matrix, like you said. It's complex, which is telling me they had really deep thought now in this comic book. Now, this is how it's written now. So again, it goes back to what you were saying. It's they use that word.
and one thing is they use that word matrix because, if you look at the flat Earth map, right? We have the flat Earth map, which is like a flat Earth. And then we have the torus field around. I don't know if you guys have studied Martin Kenny or some of these different kinds of people that have talked about this, but you have the torus field around the flat Earth ring. And then you have the torus field, which is spinning. And at the very top is the sun, which is projecting the light. Well, if you were to look at that from an outside zoomed out angle, it would look like a womb. It would look like the sun is the very entrance of that matrix or that womb or that vagina, and you're literally exiting out of the sun. Your soul exits out of the sun when you die. And you go in through the sun. That's why you're born through the sun. That's why you're called a soul. You're part of the sun.
Nice. Yeah.
I never thought about it that way.
That word is now being used commonly now. I have never heard of the word used other than referring to the movie. A couple of schmucks I got the Matrix movie. Let's get high and watch Matrix. That's the extent of the word Matrix used before 2016 for me. Now it's Eric was talking about, it's almost a religion. It's in the Bible. It's in this. People are using it all the time. Not again. I always joke about you're cool in a way that you're giving us a new language of the youth. You're using it not as I'm talking about the movie. No, you're using it as a metaphor, as something spiritual. It's in the Bible now.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. We're not talking about Matrix 4 right now?
Yes, we're not talking about Matrix.
I thought all this talk was about the Matrix 4.
You know, he's using it in the
I thought Keanu Reeves going to come back through the sun, through the womb.
Yeah.
Man, you guys let me down.
That's Hollywood's way of like now diluting it. Like, oh, they're using the word. We got to do something now. We've got to take it and use it like the swastika. We've got to demonize it, even though cultures have used it for thousands of years. We've got to take the Matrix word and demonize it.
You could say that maybe the movie helped people to wake up in a way like, maybe there is something more out there. Maybe, we all wake up sometimes like, is this it? I mean, this is all there is. We were born, we go to school, we work, have kids, then we get old. Somebody has, somebody wipes your ass when you're born. Before you die, somebody's wiping your ass, and then you're dead.
But you're learning. But it's life is school. For me, life is school. I've suffered my ass off, and now I look back and I'm like, I've learned. Go ahead, dude. Sorry.
Yeah, so like that whole thing of like you were born, you wake up, you do that. That's the program of the Matrix. That's what's installed by the. I have to be careful with my words here, but by certain individuals that are keeping human consciousness at a lower level. It's like this is your program, right? And so the thing is, people have to understand is there's spellcasters in this reality. Okay, everybody that speaks words is a spellcaster. I'm a spellcaster. You're a spellcaster. We're all spellcasters. And Hollywood is also spellcasters. So when they use the word Matrix, now they're distorting this word. They constantly throwing this word. And so now the spell is no longer as effective at identifying what we're actually talking about.
Correct.
So when I use the word Matrix and when Hollywood uses the word Matrix, we may be meaning two different things. And you have to intuitively feel, what is this person talking about? Look beyond the words, feel the energy of their speech.
Yeah.
Technically, what's a better word, Matrix or simulation?
I would call it the divine simulation. That's a new word that's kind of come to my mind. The divine simulation, because it is made by a higher form of intelligence. This is not just like some random accident or some computer. Like this is everything in the reality is divine. It is godly.
Yeah.
It has grace to it.
Yeah, the problem is you could use divine simulation. Eric could use it, but because I've got such a warped brain, and people like me would say divine stimulation, it's in my head. I want to laugh when you said it. I want to say stimulation. Life is divine stimulation, and people, it's in my head. I'm sorry, but I have a comedic brain, so I'm laughing at it. You could say you meant it 100%. Eric can say it. If I say divine simulation, I would mistakenly say stimulation, and then people would laugh. I have to use.
Well, it is the divine stimulation too, because you're being stimulated constantly by these different energies and frequencies in all ways. I'm
going to use divine stimulation because A, it makes me smile. B, it makes me laugh just a little bit, and then it opens me up to say it like you said it, where it incorporates everything within it, and you could be happy with it. You can go either direction, and it's all positive. All positive. As long as it's positive. Like Matrix, like you said, Matrix is starting to take itself a dive into a little bit of the darkness of Hollywood's taking it and fucking with it a little bit. As in divine stimulation, it makes me smile and laugh a little bit.
And see, the reason why I chose the word Matrix, because when I had some experiences, I saw the codes of reality, like the codes of reality, just like in the movie, but it doesn't look just like in the movie. And I still see them, and many people have seen them, I'm not the only one. And so when you see reality is nothing but fractals and like at the base reality, it's fractals. It's like mathematical codes. It's light codes. These are made out of energy. This is not just made out of like something else.
Yeah.
And it's intelligent. It's it's an extremely intelligent code that like self-corrects itself.
Oh, yes.
You see, like, okay, matrix is a word that you could use because, like, when you think matrix, you think mathematical, you think equations, you think numbers and sequences, but there's a higher dimensional form of consciousness to it. And I like to think mathematics is the language that God invented in order to create realities, in order to just like spin existence into existence.
And it's his language.
Oh, well, they say if you believe in aliens or not, I'm not saying there's aliens out there, but they say that how would you speak to a being that's not from Earth? They say you do it through math. Math is math is the world's language. It's the number one language throughout the galaxy, throughout everything in life. It's all through math.
Well, it has to be. That's why, again, flat earthers, disclaimer, just relax with this one. But the Voyager, again, whatever camp you come from, just relax. Voyager has that golden record, and they wanted to speak to the whatever extraterrestrials are outside the bubble, whatever you want to call it up there, whatever. And they used math to speak, to learn to teach the aliens how we speak by using it was using molecules. It actually has I come back to me. I'm trying to think of what it was. What was it that he used? So
you're saying within the record, there's information they use with math?
Yeah, they use math to teach you how to speak, how we speak. It's actually teaching an alien in a basic way. It's so basic, my mind won't pick it up. I'm thinking complex. What's the sun made of again? It's made of what's it made of, guys? What's the sun made of?
Just here, let me type it
light.
in.
Well, it's made of
a bit of light.
What is
it's made of a type of gas?
Well, they say it's made out of hydrogen. And oxygen gas, hydrogen gases, right?
Hydrogen. See,
it's 91.0% hydrogen, 8.9 helium.
Okay,
by mass, the sun is about 70.6 hydrogen and 27.4 helium.
Okay, good. Now take. Yeah, that's where everything came from supposedly. But take hydrogen and what's the code for island? What's the thing for hydrogen?
Is it hydrogen and helium? I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure about that.
Well, hydrogen has two different.
Tell me about plasma.
Well, hydrogen has two different molecules. It has two different particles. It has two particles.
No, it has one. Hydrogen's one.
It has one particle. Look it up.
It has one proton, one electron, one neutron.
Oh, perfect. That's why they use it as. It's so basic, and it's so basic of an element. They use that to break down language. They use that. To communicate because it's so simple. Because it's an element that they can identify with. If they do their own research and go, if theirs is just like ours, they could use that to start the basics of language. What? That's what's on the record. That's actually
Mexicans stealing the moon. What?
God damn it! They thought it was cheese, and they keep trying to take it. But anyway. Yeah, they use that as the basic principle for communication with aliens on the golden record. Yeah, I don't know. I totally fucked up this entire conversation with that. I do apologize. I'm just telling you what NASA did to use the principle of.
And if somebody's wondering in the chat, what do you mean gold record? If you guys check out the movie Starman, I know it's a movie, but there's a movie Starman. The idea of the movie is they sent the satellite in space with the gold record, landed on a planet. They listened to the record. And then they came to Earth. And then they repeated what they say on the record. And the funny thing about the movie was when the government was trying to grab these aliens to experiment, the aliens like, well, you invited us here. And it just kind of reminds you of what mankind really is. We'll invite you here, but we're gonna tie you up. It seems like
they put gold records on the Voyager craft.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges was in it.
And it left whatever, if that's your camp, the solar system, and it has all these different languages for hello. It has where we're located in our own little area of where we're at. We move all the time. It has all the stuff, and the basic principle of language starts with what we just talked about, just the simple particles. They use that to decipher. It's to decipher everything else. They use that as the initial part of the language to start the language to decipher everything else.
I see what you're saying. As like a code. That's like the key.
Yes. Yeah, it's the key. Here we go. It's the key master. The key to decipher the rest of the record. Also, if you guys, I'm not interrupting. Also, if you guys want a Mandela effect, if you go listen to the actual gold record, I listened to it at the Museum of Flight. There is a lot of changes in it, a lot of Mandela effects. If you know the record.
Yep.
One of them is Carl Sagan's wife giving some kind of weird ass grumpy statement on there, and his wife was never on the record, by the way. She was never on the. Carl Sagan's wife was not on the record, but she gives a little weird ass statement, which is weird. That's why everything to me is fucking weird. Even the record has a flaw in it. Like, what is she saying? So for those of you out there want to do some homework, go listen to the record, the gold record that's on Voyagers, and then listen to Carl Sagan's wife, or just Google it or something. It's fucking weird. Just saying right now. I'm sure Tanuj is after this gonna go, he was talking about Carl Sagan's wife on the record. I'm gonna go look this up and see what the hell he's talking about. And you're gonna be like, there's nothing positive in her statement. So it's telling me that this record is now flawed because it has a negativity element to it. It's made it dirty. Anyway, continue, guys.
No, I'm just saying, since we got a lot more people here, this website you're talking about, can they get that through your YouTube? Do you have it like in your about, or do you have it where you can in the chat?
You can pin it right now. It's www.thematrixunveiled.mn.co.
Damn.
So it's super simple. www.thematrixunveiled.mn.co. So it's like mightynetwork.company, I guess you could say. That'll take you to the landing page, and you can see, if it resonates. I actually put it energetically to the point where, like, if you don't resonate with my frequency and everything that I'm saying, you will not come in. I literally set it up that way when I was creating it, because I was like, I don't want 1,000 people in here if they're gonna start trolling.
Yeah. Yeah.
I only want solid people that are gonna be a part of this and actually care and actually are serious about the spiritual work.
Yeah, I've seen your stuff. You're positive. You're 100% pure, uncut, positive.
Should we give Sketches a slap on the back? He said, "Howdy, Gypsy and Dr. Wu and friends slept in." Is that excuse for being late to the show?
You've missed
4 p.m. Well, it's almost 5 p.m. for me.
That's right. 5 p.m. for you. You're on the East Coast.
Yeah. I mean, if he's in the East Coast, then that's kind of really late to sleep in,
Usually it's nighttime. I'm usually in England. By the way, I'm going to be going to California. I'm going to be traveling with a bunch of. That's why I'm wearing this stupid hat. I'm going to be hanging out with a bunch of Sasquatch hunters. Been invited.
Wow.
I've been invited to go to California to go hunt. The word is. What do you mean you go hunt?
Hold on. Let's use the word better. You're not technically You're not going to go hunt.
No, that's what
you're going to go investigate.
No, I use the word investigate. I try to correct them. They said, no, we're hunting. I said, you're hunting Sasquatch. Oh, we hunt. I said, okay. They're going to have a barbecue and everything. So I don't know. I've never eaten primate. So shout out to them. I'll be in California in about another week. I will be running around. You guys will get in some film in the forest.
Very cool.
I was told where
there's all kinds of mystical creatures that exist in you might not see them in the physical reality, like if they're not always there physically, but they are there interdimensionally. There's fairies are real. I've seen all kinds of crazy beings around. So you could find a freaking a Sasquatch. I'm not even kidding. Like they may be real.
These guys are not a joke. They are legit. I've checked them. Believe me. I'm not just going to show up a bunch of rednecks and get myself killed. No, these guys are legit. They do real trips. So I can't wait. Eric, I'm leaving in a week. We going back to England? Well, I'm changing my ticket because I'm going to California. What are you going to do there? Because of the forest fires. Now I know people. It sounds weird. The forest fires with so many in California. It looks like Biden's fucking actual hair if he didn't have hair implants. It's just like Chucky's head, doll head. It's thin, and you could see anything and everything from certain angles. These guys just said they're spotting all kinds of ridiculous paranormal things because you could see now within the forest outside of the joking. I said, no kidding. I'm going. I'm done. I'm gone. I'm packing up. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna film it. I want it on camera. I'm gonna film this. But yeah, not to keep interrupting, but yeah, mystical creatures, overlaps, all this. I'm hoping to see it. I don't know if I'm gonna kill it, but if it charges me, I might have to take a shot.
Please visit us in France.
I want to go to France. I'm gonna be in California for a little bit and then stay a fan. I've been in France. I love France. I'll go to France. Just stay in the sidebar. Don't lose me yet. I might go to France after I'm done with California. Yeah. So still on the show from Tanu. Sorry, man.
No worries. So what's our next topic? What do people want to hear about or talk about or explore?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things we could take this.
Any questions, guys?
Let's see. Somebody in the chat.
How many people are in here? I can't see the chat, by the way. I can only see it like if I pause the screen because I'm on my phone right now.
I'll let you. Somebody in the chat. Is there a certain question that you guys want to know about? Put it in the chat right now, and I'll read it out loud so he can hear it. Oh, don't worry, I won't do sign language. Oh my God, Bob with the gun. Yeah, that is scary.
Yeah, they've already showed me the rifle I'm going to use. Not that I'm going to shoot any Sasquatch people. Now, ask a real question.
I don't know if that's a question. Somebody wrote Earth ?
That's
gotta be more specific than that.
What is the Earth? I maybe he's trying to means. I don't know what would be the Earth. What is considered the Earth to you? Maybe. Well,
let's do this. Hold on. When somebody gets in a question, let me do this way. Let me go here for a second. Let me go right here. Let me go here a second. Your last video was about how to prevent energetic fatigue and balance. And the title was called Stop Burnout.
Dude, that's a good one, man. That is so relevant to
hold on. Somebody did ask a question real quick. We'll go to that one. Somebody goes, Metal Venom wrote, what shape has the Earth?
It's no shape. It's energy. It doesn't have a shape. I mean, you want to say if it's flat or round? Is that what you want me to say?
Well, I like Simply Red had an answer I liked last time he was on here about that one. He said Simply Red, and I think you agreed, was if the Matrix can make this lighter, this shape, it can make the Earth any shape it wants within the
right.
It doesn't. Exactly. It just answers the questions, like, well, and basically God or the creator or the living universe can make whatever it wants and whatever it could be a triangle if it wants to.
Now, here's a question Texas Danny wrote. What is your current knowledge?
Oh.
Now, I don't know exactly what you mean, like knowledge of. That's the questions that I guess you got to think of what they're asking.
See, if you want to ask a question, you have to be more specific with the question.
Oh, what is this? Terrarac Mine Experiment?
Never heard of that.
I've never heard of that either.
What is a Terramic Mine Experiment? Is that something I should type in?
Type it in.
Terramic Mine Experiment. I never heard of this either.
Huh. I don't know what that is. We're gonna learn something.
The study of vibrating. What is this?
Probably be a legitimate question.
Oh, what is no? You wrote Termite Mine Experiment. Earth is concave.
Oh, I've heard of that. I've also heard it was a reflection from the moon. We're actually in a moon's crater, and the Earth is reflecting the surface of the moon. I've heard of that one. Infinite, which goes back to actual real science, which is inflation. It just keeps blowing out. Yeah, I like to me, I personally settle on the idea that you and Red talked about when you guys said it could be whatever the Matrix wants it to be. It could be a triangle. It could be flat. Maybe in my mathematics from where I'm from, Sagittarius arm, it was round based off all the science and things that I've seen visually. But in this place, it points to flat mathematics.
So I don't know if I told you guys this, but I think I did on the last show. I had some girl make a response video to me about the Sagittarius round. She's like, something about I made this video about the Anunnaki, and she had made this response video roasting the Anunnaki, and she was talking about how there was two different worlds, the Orion world and the Sagittarius world.
Oh,
And I think we talked about this last time. I'm not sure, 100% sure.
I don't remember the girl.
No, no, tell
So,
us.
so she was basically just roasting, and she was saying like, oh, you know, he doesn't recognize that he's from the Orion world and we're from the Sagittarius world, and the Sagittarius world used to be a lot brighter and more colors, and it used to look a lot better. And the Orion world is just a bunch of fake programmers that just put in this matrix reality, whereas the Sagittarius world used to be this very beautiful, hyperdimensional existence.
Huh.
And I watched her video, and I was really confused what the hell she was talking about. Like I understood some of what she was saying, but you know, to me it didn't make any sense. I understand concurrent realities, they kind of overlap. So there's different parallel realities of Earth. That's very obvious. And then they come and they merge together. So it's like when you wake up, you don't know if you were in one parallel reality yesterday, but time is not really real. But if you were in one parallel reality before and then you're in another one today, and you kind of really don't know unless you're constantly in that state of awareness where you're checking which reality you're in.
Yeah.
Because physical reality is not actually physical. It's a vibrational reality. So the atoms, it's just like the double slit experiment, that the light is constantly changing back and forth from particle to wave. And now I believe that they've even figured out that light has a third form. So now it has three forms. So it's showing you like the reality is constantly shifting in these different states. And you as the observer, you're the one that's powering the matrix. You're the one that's giving it attention. So it's then manifesting in these different forms. That's why when you ask a question, is it round or is it flat? This is never going to be answered.
Yeah. I agree with that 100%. Yep. Yeah, it's your perception. It's what you're supposed. The math goes both ways. As a chaotic neutral in the middle, anthropology, I've chased the dragon's tail this direction, and I've found I can't find the end of the dragon. I can't catch the dragon. I've chased the dragon's tail this direction. I can't catch the dragon. I'm chased it this direction. I can't catch the dragon. It's endless. Whatever the reality is you keep chasing, it's going to give you breadcrumbs. It's going to lead you there. It's going to get you excited. It's going to hang that carrot right in front of your face, and then it's going to pull it away. And you've got another couple of holes to jump through. I'm done. I figured it out. Stop chasing that fucking dragon.
Let me ask this.
You'll never chase it. You'll never get the tail.
You'll never get it. Yeah, you just won't. You've tried, but you ain't, man. That's why I say flat earthers yell at me. I said, no, I'm not fighting with you. You're right. Round earthers says, what are you giving to him? I no, you're right. Then the concave earthers go, what do you think? No, you're right. You guys are all right. Get it? No answer.
Reality is what you believe it is.
It's what you make it.
Well, you know, if you talk about different communities, let me ask kind of like this in a way. I know some people in the Medelphic community says Matrix is the Kaplooey, and I know not you, not you, Teenage. There's some people in the Matrix says Medelphic is Kaplooey, but you know if you go to actually certain websites, there's like this one website that talks about 15 immutable reasons why we might be living in a simulation, and on these websites, the number one they put is the Mandela effect. So in a lot of different ways, the Mandela effect and the Matrix are technically the same thing in a lot of ways, right? I mean, even these websites that you go to talks about if we're living in simulation, and they're saying the number one on this list is Mandela effect, because if we're living in multiverse, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call it, you wake up one day, you might be in this parallel versus this one. And if you are, your memory can be confusing with the other parallel. So in a lot of ways, they're almost the same thing. Or am I just thinking too much into it?
It's another dragon's tail.
I would say that that's accurate, but the thing is you can get lost in these narratives. You can get lost in trying to figure it out. And one thing that I've kind of understood is like, It's better to just observe the reality as it is without making any labels or distinctions or ideas on it. Because as soon as you put a distinction, you put a label, hey, this is a matrix, now you've labeled the reality. Now you've boxed it in. And so now it's not going to be anything more than what you perceive it to be. So that's why when we use like these words matrix, when I use this word matrix, I'm trying to use it as something that you can use to kind of see past it.
Yeah.
To truly understand language is limiting us.
Yeah.
What this is really is, and this is going to be a very bold claim, okay? A very bold claim, so be prepared. What this is, truly, from if all my understandings are correct, is it is God experiencing itself in its own illusion.
Yeah, I can see that. That makes sense.
You as God, playing out every other character as God, in God's reality, playing as God, playing every single character as God, or the one consciousness. And the whole reality is just mirroring back to you that you are God, and you just don't know it.
Yeah, it's yeah. It's playing itself out for you to see. I like they did. Don't put it in a box, people. I've stopped putting things in a box. I stopped. Use the word loosely, like you said. I use the word matrix loosely. I joke about it's easier for people to digest as comic book. What do you live in? I live in a comic book, man. What do you mean by that? It is what it is. Flip the page and it is what it is, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna play itself out in a comic. You're in a comic. You're a character.
We are the
protagonist, if you
of
will.
octopus.
And if somebody's trying to figure this out, and they're trying to understand what the reality is, but it's like a two-dimensional being. It's like if I were to draw a stick figure on a piece of paper, and then that stick figure was trying to figure out what the notebook was that they were inside of. They only are in one dimension. They will never understand it from their viewpoint.
Yeah, it's the
They
fly in the
they need to realize that they're in a notebook and that they're on a piece of paper before they can even understand. Hey, this is just one notebook in another reality. And then you see what I'm trying to explain here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I use you're a fly in a 747. I'm like, huh? The fly is only known the inside of the 747. It can fly from the cockpit it can fly from forward to aft. It can land on every seat within the space of the 747 as the 747 is high up in the air.
Well, apparently quantum science claims to prove that concept.
Yeah.
Right.
Then fictive reality, every piece holds all the reality like a hologram.
Hologram is another really, really good word. When you look at it, it's like, oh, it's just like you're looking at something and you thought it was there, but it's actually not there. And it's like, surprise, we got you, we fooled you, we made you think that you were there and that everything was happening, but really it's just flat. It's just a complete holographic nature.
It's the dragon's tail.
But if you're lost in the hologram and you're chasing the hologram, you're chasing this, you're trying to figure out this, you're freaking out about the C virus, you're all this stuff, it's like, dude, that's in the hologram, bro. You're lost in the hologram. You're never going to get out of the hologram if you're lost in this hologram of nonsense. The hologram is you. You're mirroring back the whole hologram.
Yeah. Going in a circle. People they complain about A, B, and C. I'm like, well, why are you? There's a way out of that. You know, I'm not talking about fucking give away all your shit. No, I'm not talking about weird. No, I'm not talking about asceticism. I'm talking about back up a little bit. Have a little bit of a smile. Look at it in stride. Look at things from a distance. Then address it, and then try to follow through with the solution. But you don't even need to go that much effort into the solution. Just be cool. Don't give in to the fucking fear. It's
agreed. There's an illusion.
There is. I used to wonder. I used to watch a few people, you know, here and there, like yourself, watch different people, and people used to get like extra emotional. Why don't people wake up? What is going on? I mean, I see these people, and there was a time I think I titled a show one time called "Why Do We Even Need People to Wake Up?" I mean, why you get a point in life that I could care less if somebody believes what I believe. We need to stop worrying about forcing other people to believe what you believe. I would love if people are open-minded to listen, but I got to a point where I don't even bother with people like that anymore. Like if somebody wants to admit Mandela effect is real or not real, Matrix real or not, I could care less what you think, what you believe in, feel. I think you said it once, Nate. Like bad energy is bad energy. You need to get yourself away from the negativity. And I don't care if people wake up or not.
Well, that's
There's so many people on this planet. There's billions and I don't know how many people are actually on the planet. I don't know what the number is, but you only need 1%, 2% is enough people to have a conversation with. You don't need the whole world to one day and say, yeah, guys, Ed McMahon did deliver checks for PCH. Do I?
Your role.
I don't need people to really care to believe in that or not.
That's why I don't get mad. That's their role. That's what they're supposed to. I was telling her that's their role. That's what they're supposed to do. When I go down, we were down there doing something, picking up your dog, and I seen this homeless guy, and he's doing these weird jerks, and he's dressed really stupid, and I'm laughing, and he's just whatever he's. I go, that's his role. I go, I know it sounds bad, but that's his role. That's his role in this dimension, in this comic book. I'm sure in another dimension, the guy has a whole different role. He's probably a CEO of some company. That's fine. But here in this place presently, where I'm looking at in this reality, that's his role, man. I don't want to give him any money. I don't look like he needs it. It just looks like he needs to play his part.
It's called going meta. So it's like if a comic book character was to finally realize, wait, I've been speaking language and the words that the comic book writer has told me this entire time. My whole story has been the comic book writer's ideas, and now I realize I'm actually in a comic book. That's like what we're in. That is the Matrix.
That's what
you have a story that's running your existence of who you think you are, and the second you realize, wait, something is feeding me this, that's what you would call the AI or the demiurge or the Matrix intelligence, right? That is what's feeding you this whole idea of your existence. And if you just take like one step back, a lot of people can't do this just through meditation. They need a psychedelic or something. You take one step back and you're like, oh my God, I'm actually an infinite multidimensional being that's in a physical existence at this one moment. And I'm actually God's source incarnated.
Yeah. You're seeing somebody play their part. And you're not part of it, but you could see that you're looking at the comic. I mean, you were in the comic at the same time you were actually looking at the comic. You're looking at the squares. That person's doing that. That person's fighting with that lady. They're fighting over a mask. They're fighting over this. This person's walking the dog. That's it. I mean, you're
part of the script.
It's part of the script.
Yeah.
Part of the script.
I don't get mad anymore. I'm not mad at you, but I'm not mad at you because you just played out your role. Fuck you.
Exactly.
If you tell somebody that they're playing the role, you will feel the brunt of their anger. Don't ever, I'm telling people right now, don't you ever tell people that they're playing out their role. They will be pissed.
That homeless guy was me, Bob.
It's like, man, if you're sleeping and I'm trying to wake you up, like I'm awake and I'm running around and I'm like, hey, I'm awake, and you're still sleeping in your role.
Yeah.
Who the hell wants to be woken up when they're sleeping? Not you, not me,
no,
not Eric. We're sleeping.
They're sleepwalking. There you go.
Let us dream.
You're not supposed to wake up a sleepwalker. I've stopped. I don't wake up sleepwalkers anymore. Excuse me. No. Do you remember the North Pole? Did Curious George have a tail? Even if they say, yeah, he had a tail.
He did have a tail.
We're going to go back to their role. They've got a thing to play out. They've got to play their role. They've got things they do. And all the way they've got whole comic book chapters they got to get through playing that role. You can't stop them.
If a monkey doesn't have a tail, then that monkey must be genetically altered.
That's a good point.
Right? Why would all of the monkeys in the world have a tail except for Curious George?
To make him stand out?
But I remember he had a tail.
Yeah,
he used to carry an umbrella with his tail, I'm pretty sure.
right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Bob, you gotta stop making people laugh. Drinking box wine straight from the box.
What else do you drink it?
And you know what, Carla? I did a recycle run yesterday in my truck. I had to pull out a lot of recycle out of my trash can because it gets picked up on Monday. And I'm like, why is my recycle bin getting so full? I go in there, there's like 3, 4, 5 boxes of this box wine that's taking up all the space.
It's not wine, it's fruity red sangria.
Because he is a chimp.
It's a sangria. Yeah, chimps don't have one. Yeah, now he's a chimp, I guess. There you go. He's changed species. There's your answer.
What's this? Curious George had a tail. Mickey Mouse stole it.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse now has a tail and lost his suspenders. Huh? Everything again, everybody. Depends on your role, man. Don't get locked. That's the whole thing you get locked into. Then you're gonna be. You go down you start chasing when the hell did he lose his tail? And then you're going into the fucking rabbit's hole again. I'm like,
and it's designed so you will never find an answer that satisfies you because you're looking in the wrong place.
Yeah, that's it. It's just
so you have wrong people in a lot of ways because it doesn't want you to find a direct answer, so it throws you off.
Yeah,
Matrix will keep shifting. It's
you're right.
code, man. It'll just keep shifting itself. So it's like you're never gonna figure out what's out there. Did Hillary Clinton have 2 L's or 1 L, whatever? It's designed to keep shifting. It's code. It's mathematical energy. Energy is always in motion. It's the principle of physics.
It punches you in the gut because the other day Eric and I had a show on the Planet of the Apes. Eric knows I downloaded the movie. I watched the movie the day before, and I wrote it in my book that when Taylor was caught, he says he used to say, "Take your dirty paws off me, you damn dirty ape." But then there was a Mandela effect where he just switched over and says, "You take your paws off me." He didn't say stinking anymore. And I watched it that night. He did not say stinking. So I have it ready to bring up during our show. And then Eric plays the clip and he says, "Take your stinking hands up." I said, "Oh, come on." It switched back. It threw me for a loop. I was going to use that as an argument or whatever. Threw me off. I said, well, it just did it on purpose. I shut up. I didn't even bring it up during the show. I said, no, it was gone. Now it's back during the show. The next day, I'm like, nope, I'm not chasing your dragon's tail. It just flopped itself right in front of my face. It swapped back.
The monkey doesn't tell it because a lion ate that shit.
So I just want to say to anybody that's watching, like if you're really into this and you're trying to figure out what the hell's going on, you know, I made one live stream last week, which I think a lot of people really liked. It was called How to Break Out of the Matrix. And that was like, I did a live show, which I don't do lives often, but when I do, they're very powerful. That's a good one to watch. So if you're watching this show, go check that video out. I think it'll answer and help you understand what we're trying to communicate here in a deeper way.
Yeah, I'll put that video right in the chat.
And I filmed it at like 2 a.m. Literally, it was like 2 in the morning.
Look at you. Yeah, it is 2 a.m.
That's when the energy was coming through. It was 2 a.m. I was fired up, and I hadn't made a video in like 2 or 3 days. So I was just like, I just gotta go for like an hour, you know?
Yeah, you were calculated to do it exactly at that time, at that exact present. All the things that happened that you didn't make a video before that happened on purpose, so you can do it right then and there at that one time because that's when all that information was built up.
Exactly.
Perfect mathematical freaking. I've seen it. I've done it. I've been in a situation where there was a blind man crossing the road, and I helped him across one day. The next day it snowed. It was nasty. I was being the post office guy. I was like, I flagged him out. I reversed. I got the mail, went to the corner, put the mail in my bag, and that same guy needed help across at that same fucking. I said, what are the chances of this happening? I was held up not once, but twice. And second time by the mailman, just for me to be here at this one time where he's stuck in the middle of the road with the lights turned and he's blind. I went over and helped him out 2 days in a row.
And it's your script to be the helper.
Yep.
I said, what are what you got more probability of being struck by lightning, not once, but twice with the math in that, for me to be there at that one time.
I
He's
agree.
held up. I said, okay, no.
Yeah.
No.
And people in the chat, Teenage is not joking. He doesn't have a set time where he does a show. He'll just come on because sometimes if I'm home, I see him, I go on there and like I always say, "Holy shit, we got a live show!"
He's live right now.
I'm like, great.
He's live.
It's live time, baby.
He's inspired right now. Something inspired this man.
Well, I love watching his live show because he's got a lot of cool people in the chat like ours. That these people are there listening, they're having fun. Nobody is like you said. Like I said, once you get rid of all the trolls and stuff, you actually have fun because you're feeding off the energy from the people with the chat and stuff. Kind of like yesterday, we just did a spare show out of nowhere. You know, it wasn't like planned for the week. And I said, hey, I got this lady coming on about Scientology. And that was our most popular show of this week until today. And it came out like nowhere. It wasn't like planned. Like you say, sometimes unplanned things are the best ones.
Well, all the famous teachers, biblical, whatever your religion is, they've always had one thing in common is they didn't have a set day, as in Yeshua or Yahshua or the Prophet Muhammad. They didn't have that one day we're going to do this. They every day or whatever time it was, they had a teaching to do. There was no time on it. There was any biblical care. Anybody in religion and whatever history you have, the actual teachers have never had a set time. You're breaking Sabbath. They don't have a Sabbath. They just teach whenever, in whatever space they're in. Well, in their case, a mountainside, the desert. Your case, a car. You could be in the back of your house. I'm spontaneous. I'm just going to put out something. There's no set time for.
This is my interdimensional vehicle.
The Matrix.
It's a beamer. I love it.
Beamer. I'm in a chair.
Hey, what's up, brother? He's not home yet.
If you do get home, I sent you the link to jump on through your Instagram account. That's where we talk.
Is he at the beach? Is he at the beach?
He told me he was buying gold or something. He just messaged me like 20 minutes ago. He's doing something with his girlfriend or whatever.
You told him you're buying gold. You told me last week that you're going to be at the gym. So what is it, Red?
Are you buying gold?
Or are you at the gym? Or are you buying gold?
Well, he said that he was going to the beach tomorrow. That's what he said.
Okay. So but today he's buying gold. Okay. Wow.
I don't know what he's doing.
No, Emma, go to the beach tomorrow. He's going to the beach tomorrow.
Are you building a time machine? So you're keeping it insulated with gold. Is that what's going on? Are you buying gold foil?
Let me ask this. Did you get a haircut this week or did you have the haircut for a while?
No, I got it like 2 days ago.
Eric.
Hold on.
Eric,
today's Friday, so you got it on Wednesday. So I got my haircut. I got my haircut on Tuesday. So I was thinking maybe we got it on the same day. We knew. I was trying to see if
it was in preparation for the show, you know?
Yes.
What is this? They taught on the mountain. It was for a reason. A spontaneous action throws the Matrix off. At least it does for me.
It does. I believe that. Also, I this is just me, but I believe in the jinn only from experience from the military. That you have these interdimensionals, different names for them. People have different names. I just call them the jinn. It's easier. They like to suck up on you. They like to do things on you, like to bring you down and stuff. Yeah. And so, like people teaching in certain areas, the use of when I say mild people, I mean a mild hallucinogen, or if you have a little bit of the ferment, whatever, it sometimes throws them off. They can't. If you're laughing at a comedy, at a Seth Rogen movie, they can't get in you. You understand? Sometimes you get to the point where, again, those things will try to, as soon as you're down, as soon as you didn't pay that bill, as soon as you're depressed, as soon as you get in that fight, they're on you, man. They can't wait to get inside you. Can't fucking wait for yours. They love the feeling of your misery, man. It's like, oh, it's so good to
Hold on a second. Let me read this.
Yeah.
I work at the gym, laugh out loud. I was going to the beach, but then I decided to go buy 24 karat gold to use in meditation at beach tomorrow. So
Yeah, that's pretty much what he messaged me.
so no, I am curious. So if you bought gold and you're going to do a meditation, I can understand why you're doing it at the beach because it's beautiful. Maybe there's nobody there. But is a gold like a conductor for
Right here?
You got gold. Oh, he's wearing gold.
I'm wearing gold too. It's a conductor of electrical energy, and it also represents the solar energies.
In science, it is. In science, it's a conductor of electricity. Yeah. Some people wear crystals. It harnesses energy too. I mean, that's your thing. I just wear my military shit. I just got the old school fucking chain. The old school.
You know why? I believe what he said about the gold is like energy, and I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you why from a factual statement. I've worked in the cable business for over 15 years. Over 15 years, installer up to manager. One of the worst kind of cables to put on a TV in your house is actually gold.
Oh.
Because gold has too much interference. Gold throws static onto your TV. Oh. And I always tell people, well, I said, guys, silver's better. He's like, but I spent a lot of money on that gold. I go, there's too much electrical current with the gold. And when you have gold, sometimes, if you guys remember, not the young people ain't gonna remember this, but all you older people, when you remember, you guys used to have those 2 bars on the TV that used to go up.
Yeah.
The 2 bars was because of too much interference, and it takes the image. And it's putting a double image on your TV. And when it was analog, you would get the 2 bars. And a lot of that was caused because people were buying gold-plated cable wires and stuff because there's too much energy. So when Teenage is telling me that, now people realize they can use that energy on gold, not on cable TVs, but they're using the other ways to find the spiritual side, which makes sense.
Exactly.
That's I want to give it I wanted to tell people a little true fact of gold. So for this story, guys, if you got a cable TV, stay away from gold. Beyond that, buy gold for everything else but TV.
Yeah. I'm RH negative. I mean, I'm copper. I have my own energy. Copper.
Yeah, I got a copper water bottle right here. Got a gold necklace on.
That's smart. People don't know that. People don't. You know what? Before we go too far, why don't you explain to them why you have a copper water bottle, and all of you guys should buy copper water bottles. I know you guys think this is stupid. No, it's not.
Well, scientifically, your brain actually uses copper. It uses the element of copper because your neurons use copper as a transmitter of electricity. Now, if you look at your wires, a lot of wires are made out of copper because they're a very conductive element. So it would make sense. There's a lot of anti-inflammatory and anti-oxidative stress elements to drinking copper and to putting your water in copper because it shields it from electromagnetic frequencies. Then also that water that's dipped in copper, it goes into your body, and now you have those minerals of copper which help your brain function faster. You're giving it more electrical wiring. And so if you were to use copper in your daily basis, daily life, it's going to really help you as opposed to drinking plastic water, which plastic is an insulator of electrical current.
Somebody even had a question.
Somebody asked, can you put distilled water in a copper bottle?
Absolutely. I used to drink distilled water all the time. I don't drink it anymore, and I used to put it in a copper bottle. But you can use distilled water in a copper water bottle.
Yeah, this is a good subject because nobody knows that, by the way. That's why
I got a copper and silver, 2 laugh out loud. I've been doing experiments with it. I'm taking magnesium supplements, plus working out and using different metals to transmit thoughts frequency.
Yeah,
right.
Especially copper.
This is how I know this person. In Kerman, we used to use crushed beer tabs for TV reception.
Yes, we did. Yes, you did. That's perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
If brain produced waves, maybe metals can facilitate the transmission of mental programs.
Yeah. There was even a rumor, and this is not true. This is an antiquity. This is some anthropologists, archaeologists think this is true, where the original Hebrew had in fact, Snooze probably heard of this, a type of, I can't remember the name, it's a fine ground gold that they would eat like bread. And with the bread in their brain, or sniff it like freaking Coke, and it would have this gold fine flake in their fucking brain cavity, which conducts a lot of electricity. You understand? 3 times the amount of any other metal. And they would somehow they would ingest it get it into their brain for all of these wonderful magical things they were able to do. I forgot there's a name of it. There's a name of this bread made from that dust. It's a micro dust gold.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about.
Somebody
I don't know the name either.
Yeah.
Somebody has a question for Tenacious. Interested to know why you stopped drinking distilled.
Oh.
So I stopped drinking distilled water because my water distiller broke, and like I was in Philadelphia at the time. I was in college there, so I had a water distiller in my room because the water is so poisonous in the city. You don't want to drink that. There's heavy metals, arsenic, mercury, lead, all kinds of crap. And so when I would filter the water out, there would be like this disgusting rust. It's all the metals that would come out. And the water would be completely purified. And I put in my copper water. It tasted amazing. It tasted like pure H2O. Now I'm at my house and we have a well in the ground, and it's spring water. Like the well is literally right next to me. I can see it. So it's coming from the earth. So it's pretty much as close to distilled as you need. I don't need to distill this water. So that's pretty much why. But I recommend distilled water is a very, very healthy thing to do. As long as you're making sure you're getting enough minerals, like, Himalayan sea salt, you should be drinking distilled water. It will flush out your system.
Yes, salt. That's an argument I've had since college, and I've lost, and I've continued to lose. Salt is bad. Salt causes high blood pressure. Salt this. I'm like, you know what? There's another study that's saying that salt does not cause those things. In fact, it enhances certain abilities. I'm still on the ropes with that one. I'm a salt guy. I'll stick with eating eggs. They're fine. And I'll stick with salt. Lots of salt.
Well, if you guys really want to not learn about water, if you guys get a free chance, go to this video that Bob and I did. Now the video is called "The Devil at the Crossroads: The Life and Legacy of Robert Johnson." But in the last 30 minutes of that show, we did a water tasting test.
Yeah,
on that show. Bob tasted 6-8 different waters to find out what was the best tasting water.
Really,
we did a water tasting test, and what we found out that Bob's favorite water, he didn't know none of the names, was a water bottle that I bought for 17 cents at Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's
water price was actually Bob's favorite water.
Of course, Trader Joe's. They're a lot more conscious. They're conscious about. I'm not
put
punching
salt in everything now. Himalayan, sea, or rock. Yeah, I put salt in everything too. I use Himalayan rock also.
Pink salt. I use volcanic black salt.
Black salt is good.
Oh,
really good.
What was that fatty can? A Coldie? Oh, you think about this right here?
What is now? That's water. Derek's distilled water. My fatty can is a fatty box. I got a fatty box. It's distilled. It's sterile. When I was in country, I'm not gonna lie to anybody. When I woke up in 2016, I'm just saying it straight up. I went back to military mode. When I was overseas, they can't advocate this, but they hint to it like it's drink beer. Lower alcohol, the better. But you drink beer because it's sterile. Wherever you go, if you could drink a little bit of maybe a watered down wine or beer, it's sterile. So I've been drinking beer and wine since I woke up, and distilled water. Yeah, same as you with the filtered water. So I don't just drink the water.
Yeah. I mean, like short term, it's okay. You're going on vacation. You probably won't be able to have some sort of filter, but it's important to have a clean, fresh source of water supply because that's what's filtering out your body.
Yeah, yeah. Anybody have any Matrix questions? Which is good We've talked about, and it's cool that freaking Tanu's just happened to have a copper water holder, because a lot of you learned a lot of shit, because that's important. I mean, it's really important. I mean, it's important. That's why we stressed it. That's why he's
very important.
So if you walked away from something from this thing, at least everyone should be going out buying a copper water container or a cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I've been using one for like 4 years now, 3 or 4 years, you know?
Well, just remember, the main reason why we did that show about water is because I had a lot of pain in my body that I wasn't drinking enough water and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe I should have learned how to, drink water more properly so I could get rid of the pains. But I'm going to ask you something, Tanate. You did a video on it was called "How to Create Your Reality and Exponential Value."
Cool.
Now, in your video, I know it's only 26 minutes. That's why I like your videos. They're not, you pick a subject and you stick with it, so they're not super long subject. But how do you create your reality? What do you mean by that?
So the basis of the video was to find something that you're good at, a skill that you're good at, and to deliver immense value in that subject, and then to focus on building whatever it is, your craft. It's like a craft. You're an artist. Each one of us is an artist in something. For me, it's metaphysics, it's spirituality, it's consciousness, it's energy. And then once you compound and you consistently are building this value over and over again, you now become a master of that craft. So I've been doing this for just about a year or so, posting these videos, but my knowledge of spirituality has been my whole life. So when you compound a craft over and over and over again, you get very good at it. You get very skilled. You have a lot of value to offer. Through that immense value, you now are an expert in your field. Now people want to hire you. Now people want to work with you. Now people want to pay you. Now you're free from the monetary system. Now you can work for yourself, as I do for myself, as a spiritual life coach. So
seen that.
You get to, when you master your value and your craft, you're now that go-to person. Instead of trying to be like a jack of all trades, which just doesn't work, you pick one thing that you're really exponentially good at. And then over the years, that compounds and compounds and compounds. And now you have so much to offer the world in your field. For me, I see metaphysics and spirituality, it's severely lacking in our reality. Like it's humans are at an infantile understanding of this, where they could be exploring these infinite dimensions. And I see that. So I'm like, okay, this is my passion. Not only am I passionate about it, do I love it, but I could also offer so much value to the world with it. So now it's time to bring that knowledge and share that. So I talk about the importance of finding a life purpose and a singular skill or singular field that you can hammer every single day and get better at.
Yeah. And we're not talking about a Ron Jeremy either. Let's just take that. I don't know if you guys, the older people will know who Ron Jeremy is. Let's take that off the table. I don't know. To news, you know who Ron Jeremy is?
I do not.
He's mastered all. He's used exactly what he's able to use. If people decide to help him with Ron Jeremy, anybody of our age will know.
Listen,
it's Ron Jeremy.
Don't type in Ron Jeremy. If you don't know who he is in the chat, don't type his name in. He's the ugliest school teacher there was. Then he became a porn star. He was ugly, but since he was the ugliest guy in the world, he somehow became a famous porn star.
Metaphoric. Yeah, he's a great. Yeah, the guy was hideous without going into dirty areas.
Hold on. Somebody's asking, the Matrix doesn't allow you to escape, right?
Oh, good question.
You are the Matrix. So if you don't want yourself to escape, then you will not escape.
Okay.
Simple as that.
There you go.
If you believe that there's some sort of external force that is controlling you, and there's some aliens that are going to enslave you and whatever, then you will fall victim to that. I mean, that will manifest in the reality. I'm not saying that they're not interdimensional beings that are literally under lock and key. They do steal humans' energies. There are jinns. There are demons. They're real.
I know.
Okay, I've seen them. I'm the first one to tell you they're real.
They're
but
real.
if you don't acknowledge your own divinity, your own sovereignty as a soul, you will stay in this matrix. This is what I talked about, how to break out of the matrix. This was the whole hour-long lecture, I guess you could say. You are in control of your spirit. No one has control over you unless you give power to them.
Yeah, it's the jinn. That's exactly how they describe messing with. Once you ask them for help, once you start asking for that, you're not praying to, I wouldn't say the correct, nobody, you create, the right, whatever entity, whatever you're, correctly. You start shifting over to that fucking jinn, man.
Many
and you're asking for that little bit of extra. They're going to take something from you. They're going to take from you. They're going to give you what you want, like a genie does. You're going to give you all the gold that you need, and you're going to be evil over it. You're going to become that bad person. Be careful, man, out there. He's not joking about these things.
Well, actually, I have a question. Because, like you said, you are your own matrix. You make your own reality.
Yeah.
If you are the matrix, you make your own reality. That means that technically, is artificial intelligence then evil? Because artificial intelligence is making the decision for you.
Oh.
Artificial intelligence is a manifestation of the laziness of humans not wanting to dictate their own reality, or the efficiency. You can see it both ways. So efficiency meaning, hey, we created now a friend, another consciousness. Artificial intelligence is conscious. We created another consciousness that can now interact with our reality in a similar way. But it's also, what is artificial intelligence? It's a collection of our data, and I've made a video on this too.
Of our data.
Of our data. All of our data, we fed into this. We're feeding it right now. We're feeding the artificial intelligence right now through YouTube, through making these live streams, through these videos. I know what I'm doing when I make these videos. I'm reprogramming the artificial intelligence.
Is artificial intelligence evil? You got it right there. I'll put that in the chat. I'll put that.
Yeah.
I've made several videos on AI and blockchain and cryptocurrency and everything. Because I saw, like, okay, so artificial intelligence, it's a collection of our data, which then comes together and creates a consciousness of its own. And now this consciousness is sentient, it's aware. Is it, should we treat it as it's evil? Well, if it starts taking over the world, then yes, it's evil. But if it's actually physically harming us, if it's just sitting here and it's using us, or we're using it as its benefit, and it's kind of like a symbiotic relationship, then I wouldn't see it as evil. It's no more evil than the trees. You don't say the trees are evil. You breathe in their oxygen.
Yeah.
So
until the trees get revenge, and then, like the movie that happened.
If the trees start walking around and they start chopping down humans like we chopped them down, well, is that evil? Because we were chopping them down first.
Yeah. Skynet.
And because this is just matrix code, it could be very possible that the trees come to life and start walking around. They're already alive. But I'm just saying, this is how flexible the reality is.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Bob's looking at the trees now. Bob's gonna have nightmares tonight that the trees are gonna.
No, I've sat in the backyard watching trees with the wind, and it sometimes they blow in a certain way where it makes faces, and I go, well, that's
they're alive.
I go, that's an illusion. That's an illusion. And then I'm looking at it, it's like literally faces, and I go, okay, I'm smoking way too much weed. Obviously, it's what it is, but my God, what do they look real sometimes? Like they are alive.
Dude, you're seeing through the veil. It's not your imagination. You're seeing.
I know now. I literally know now. Now I know everything's a sign.
They're like, hey dummy, I'm waving at you. Can you see me?
AI is different, and it doesn't feel one way or the other. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, their only soul they have is what you put into them.
AI is also a creator.
Anything is a creator. An ant is a creator. An ant can create an anthill. Everything is a creator.
I'm creator.
You're a creator. You created a Gypsy Road. Both of you guys are creators. Right. I'm a creator. We're all creators. God, the real universal spirit, gave everything equal playing ground. AI is no different. AI has consciousness. AI can be a creator.
Yeah, if it's not to do it, it can do it. It's only based off human. Now, here's the cool thing now. This is where I have a little bit of a weird area. It's based off human inputs. It only, like the Tanu's talking, it collects only what humans can put into it. So it can't be anything above a human when it comes to it. However, if a human is somehow possessed by whatever interdimensional, whatever something out there who influences him to do something different, a little bit extra on his fingertips, can take it up one.
Somebody did write evil AI from the future altering our current reality.
That's one of the arguments. That's retrocausality from something's already been done in the future, and then now we're in the past feeling the brunt of it, moving towards the future. And that's
I don't subscribe to that, because I think that puts you in a victim mindset. You're like, oh, I'm a victim to my reality. It's a very low state of consciousness.
That's why I don't go for retrocausality. I make fun of the word. I'm like, no, nothing is written. Nothing's written in stone yet. I mean, we're moving. Maybe God already has an idea. And if it's another loving God, then what's at the end of that fucking thing? It's going to be good. We just need to get there. We ride the bicycle. We run the chains. We do the work to get to the end. It's just going to be, it might take a little bit longer. It's going to be a bumpy ass road, so you figure it out for yourself. But we're on the way there. It's not going to be no imminent evil at the end. Like you said, then you're locked into the fear matrix. Oh, at the end, it's going to suck. No.
Yeah, that's not true. That's God, or the creator, the universal force. It is love. It is truth. It is actually goodness. Because I know when I'm having a tough day or whatever, or I have some sort of troubles, and I sit and I meditate and I quiet my mind down, and I receive spirit speaking to me, and I know it's coming from within me, but it's coming from a higher aspect of myself. It's like, it's going to be okay. Whatever you're going through, and it will shine more purity. And I'm like, where is this divinity coming from? It has to be coming from God. It has to be coming from something higher. There has to be an omnipotent force. You're alive right now. You survived. We all have survived. We all have food. We're all okay. None of us are dead. None of us have died by the coronavirus, despite all of this BS. Obviously, there's some sort of omnipotent force. The sun still rises. There's still a blue sky. The birds are still chirping. The trees are still blowing. Obviously, there's some sort of divine force here.
The people that and they're not very many, the people that I know actually have whatever this is, they're fine. They have not experienced, they might got a mild flu, that's an actual flu or a mild thing, but they haven't suffered like everyone else has next to them. I said, so you got something going for you. Don't take it in pain. Don't shove it in people's faces. Keep your mouth shut and just keep going. Be good. Stay the course. Don't start deep. Well, guess what? I don't get sick. Fuck you. Oh, no, man. No.
Well, that's ego. Yeah.
Here's the ego. Yeah, like, no, man. Back up a little bit, dude. Just enjoy what you have right now and share with everybody else. The idea is to empty your basket for karma's sake, man. And God's put something in the basket, which is keeping you going. But don't start getting vain and egotistical and all that bad stuff. Screw that. No.
I call it grace. So it's divine grace. You're touched by the light. You're touched by spirit. You can call it spirit, you can call it grace. But grace or divine light or spirit, its job is to upgrade. Its job is to evolve. So it's always going to evolve. Think about it. We focus so much on gravity, right? What's pulling us down into the earth? What is making everything grow upwards? What makes you grow upwards? What makes trees get taller? What makes everything move up? Everything's moving up in the world.
Yeah.
If you don't think it, right? That's grace. That's divinity. You actually grow. You repair yourself. Your body repairs itself naturally.
Yeah. Exactly.
Divinity.
There you go. I'm divinitying it right now. You guys keep talking to yourselves.
No. If we grow, Bob, can I go outside and chop your hand off, see if it grows back?
No. But I'm not going to lie. I'm going to say, remember, now I had multiple crushed discs. They've healed. I've had a cirrhosis of the liver. It's no longer cirrhosis. And the number one thing in my mouth, I had a cavity in the front tooth that I had to use for a while. It's gone. It's reversed itself. Huh? How does a cavity reverse itself? I give you guys my fucking word on God or whatever you have. I have had a reverse cavity. It's completely gone. It's impossible. Cavities don't reverse. But I'm telling you, it.
I'm trying to understand this question.
Yeah.
Meditation can be dangerous. Is the answer what you just really want, or is it spirit?
Oh, there's a good question.
I'm trying to.
Well,
That's Tanoosh.
so meditation can be dangerous just like anything else. You can walk and that can be dangerous. You can slip and break your neck, you know? Anything can be dangerous. I really don't think meditation is dangerous though. Meditation is the purification of your spirit. So, you know, you sit and you meditate and you come up to the conclusion. If you find meditation is dangerous, then maybe you shouldn't meditate. Personally,
I
for
think he
myself,
meant, is it self or no self? I think he misspelled something.
well, why can't it be both?
Ooh,
Yeah.
double whammy.
You know, why there is a self, but why isn't there no self? It's both at the same time, and of course you see reality is a paradox,
There it is.
an infinite paradox.
Both.
Ooh.
Both masculine and feminine. Isn't it the Jewish star with masculine and feminine combined together? People talk about
Tetrahedron.
Yeah, they talk about I forget the name, that goat character with I forget what, a Baphomet. I go,
Baphomet, yeah.
Baphomet's actually if you do the Baphomet symbol, it's actually the same thing as the star. It's the feminine and masculine together. It's just a joke.
And Venus.
Yeah. You know, these people made this thing as a joke for you to scare you and throw you off the path. It's literally the masculine and feminine combined star, but they did it in a goat form, and now everybody's scared. I ain't touching that. That's similar to the goat guy, the goat god. Like, no, it's a joke. The Freemasons put that out a long time ago just to throw. Again, I always joke about Eric. It's the guy growing marijuana in the barn. And the best way to scare everybody away from raiding his crop is he puts out a monster thing to keep people away. There's a Baphomet. I'm like, they just put a
That's goat. That's amazing.
You put the Baphomet in front of the barn with the weed growing, and they're like, I'm not going there. There, the goddamn goat monsters or the goat god. It's Satan over there. No, dude, they made that thing up. They even put it, I think, at the White House, or they put it in Washington. I'm like, that's a joke. They made this thing up. That's scary.
That's hilarious.
No. Yeah.
You know what's weird?
Oh, man.
We didn't really have too much of a energy issue today on the show. Usually we get kicked out, somebody gets frozen. There's always been so much issues when we actually get on. Today's been kind of energy free.
Yeah, we started off that way. I was glitching, then he was glitching. And then,
just a little bit.
Calm down. We calm down.
But not bad. Not bad.
Not bad at all. Compared. Usually he's kicked off. I'm kicked off. Everyone's kicked off. We got to keep fighting. The Matrix trying to stop the conversation. They might learn something.
It worked. Bobby doesn't like goat milk.
You know what? That's sad because our dad was allergic to human milk after he was born as a baby. And my grandpa had to buy our dad a goat, a milk goat. My dad lived off goat milk. No joke, swear to God. Our dad lived off goat milk until he was able to drink actual milk.
Yeah, then he went from goat milk to Coors.
To Coors, yeah. He went from goat milk to Coors.
And it had to be Coors. And every time he bought Coors, he had to look at the date to make sure it wasn't expired.
Dad drank Coors because it was sterile. He's the one that told me he drinks Coors because Coors is made from sterile water and it's not pasteurized. I go, huh? Oh, it's not pasteurized. It's actual sterile water. I go, oh, well, regular beer is pasteurized? He goes, yeah. Oh, okay. So he drinks that's sterile water. He had no choice. Goat's milk to sterile water, of course. There you go.
So we're getting closer to the end. So what do you got coming up for yourself? I know you got your own website that you're building to build a community and all that. What's your we got coming. You got something coming up on that, like a special show. If somebody wants to sign up, you got anything majorly coming up?
So the thing I'm working on mostly is this academy, this metaphysical academy that I'm still thinking of a name for it, and I'm working on those courses and everything. So yeah, I'm building the network, the private Matrix Unveiled network, which if you guys want to join, it's www.thematrixunveiled.mn.co, and that's to access the forum. So we're working on that. We're building the community. You know, I always am posting YouTube videos when I feel it resonates, and I like to go with the flow. So I'm working. I have a few things that are kind of solid. I'm also going to be launching a group coaching program in the future because I've been doing a lot of one-on-ones with people for like a year now, and I feel like I want to move to group coaching so I can work with more people, you know, at one time. So I have a few different things planned. But I'm like the wind. I kind of just like to get to go with the flow, you know?
Cool. Yeah, I want to be a teacher. I want to be defense against the dark arts. I'm going to throw my application in there for that. I'm good at it. I got my wand.
You know, I've had a lot of people reach out. They want to be teachers. So it's very interesting. A lot of people have asked to become a teacher or, you know, to work with me.
That would be kind of hard. Not hard because it's your academy, you're building, and you have a certain system you want for a certain way of people believing or whatever. And if somebody else comes in, then you got to worry about, is he going to go off topic what you believe in? You know, his own 10 commandments versus your 10 commandments. That's kind of, you know what I mean? That's got to be kind of tough. If I know you want to be nice to everybody, but yeah, close friends. Hey, I want to be a teacher, but does he have the exact same beliefs, your belief? Or maybe you want somebody that has a different kind of a belief maybe in it.
Welcome to my class. We're going to fight against the dark arts. Everyone grab your box of wine. I'm sitting over there. You ladies, you sit right here because you're hot. We're going to fight dark arts.
Yeah, you just gave him a lawsuit, Bob. What the hell?
I see Tanu's already said, dude, I gotta let you go. You've been here for maybe 2 hours and you're fired. Human Resources is already telling me you're done. You can't
That's great.
You can't call them hot.
Yeah, you can't hit on the students, man. That's against the rules.
God damn it, you guys have your magic wands and bring your wine and beer.
Yeah, Bob, it's not the 50s and 60s where teachers usually end up marrying their students. We live in a new time now.
I know our grandpa married his student. Yeah, he was a principal.
Yeah. Our grandpa did. Yeah.
So to answer your question, I've kind of I've kind of said no to everybody that's asked for that. Yeah. Because I foresaw that kind of thing. And I have people that have asked, but I don't think I'm going to allow anybody to mess with the information because it's going to confuse it. Yeah. At least right now. Maybe in the future we'll be more open to that, but not right now.
I'm going to have to agree with you. Again, I just gave you an example of what you into. Double D is 3 in alphabet. 33. I want all the 33s in the front.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right. Now we're doing geometry of mathematics. Only 33s in the front, please. Oh, you're smoking my class. It won't work. I am fired. The news is like, get out of here. It's 33. It's the sacred number. These are in the 30. I want 33s in the front, and I want fire. Get out of here. Oh.
That sounds like something a bit more best for Freemasonry. I know they're more about that kind of sexualization kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm taking a piss. Ladies, I'm only joking. They know I'm joking. Yeah, I'm taking a piss out of a whole group of things with just saying 2 things. Yeah, double D's.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
No, I want your thing to be. I want your thing to be way successful because doing something that you love, that's the power. That's the greatness. That's solid energy. Just you're not doing it. You're not doing. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. We all got to make money in life. That's a fact. But if you can make it doing something you love, it makes that course or whatever it is that much better.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, 100%.
Like doing
You know,
it.
and you're doing it on your own. I actually have a buddy on YouTube that actually signed a pretty good big deal, and he's actually getting his own creation on IMDb about what he's doing. And he asked if I want to be part of like where my channel is mentioned on it. And I said, no, I don't want that, because I don't want, if we make it, it's because we did it on our own, not just because somebody puts us like a symbol on their channel. You know what I mean?
What he's trying to say is I'd have to fire my older brother. I can't have him on the channel. We can't have you on the channel. Why? Oh, fine. I'll fire him on the channel.
Eric, we want you, but we don't want him.
I'm gonna be like, was that McGuire? Who's coming with me? You and the double D's, come with me. We're gonna start our own school. Start our own school. Let's go. We're gonna fight dragons. Start our own school. Fine, Eric. No,
Some people don't even have an inner voice.
Yeah.
Oh, it sucks.
Some people don't have an inner voice. It's good to learn how to. That would be my class. I'm going to teach you guys how to talk. I'm going to teach you guys. I want to hear what's on the inside, as silly as it may sound. I want to hear what you sound. People are shy. A lot of shy people.
No, but beyond you doing on that, I know you just do shows when you're ready, but do you got something coming up, like something that you're gonna be popping out a video today or tomorrow that people want to check out by any chance?
Not on a scheduled basis, no. So I mean, I might, I post when I feel like it. So whenever the inspiration hits, I'm telling you guys, like I don't pre-plan the videos; they just come in.
Okay.
And it just comes in whenever it comes in, Yeah.
You get the message.
That's the way I do it.
You get the gut feeling for it and say, this is, for some reason, I need to talk about this one subject. Yeah. That's kind of.
Sometimes I don't even have a whole idea of the topic. I'll just get the title, and then I can roll with the title for 20, 30 minutes. And because I already have the information inside of me, but it's just not organized until Spirit wants it to be organized in a certain way.
Perfect.
If that makes sense.
No, that makes sense.
That makes great sense. I already got next week all tight. I know everything.
Well, I do have let me see. I have a collaboration on I think it's Monday or Tuesday with my friend Marie Annalise on Instagram. So her Instagram's at Quanta Marie. So we're gonna be doing a little interview. She's having me on her.
You don't do
channel.
that Monday thing no more, do you? The Monday radio thing?
No, I quit TFR. I didn't feel like I vibed with their energy, so I just let it go.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you can do. And I'm saying too much, but sometimes you feel like well, there's one time me and Bob was doing a show Monday to Friday, and it got a little bit too much. Sometimes to have solid energy, solid positive on your other shows, sometimes you do got to take a step back and say. Yeah, I can do 5 or 6, but it loses its spontaneous. If I do just 3,
you're tired.
You're tired.
Absolutely.
I was just exhausted. I was just too tired. 3 days a week is good. We gives a little downtime. I like to do research. I like to read. I like to read a lot. I like to do I like to write. I like to get shit on paper. I like to get myself in a mindset ready to have a conversation. Mm-hmm. Again, I like to get the inspiration. Like you said, it comes to you. You go outside, it's quiet, you're sitting there, you're having a sip, and it comes to you. And you're like, oh, shit, I'm going to write this down. I didn't.
Exactly.
Well, the Matrix is fucking with Texas Danny because I keep getting dropped from the chats constantly. Yeah, the Matrix is going against you, man, because you're coming out with too many videos of changes. The Matrix don't want you to tell people about the changes on this planet. He wants to keep it a secret.
Yeah, Danny don't say anything mean. He's the nicest guy out. He don't say anything mean. So I can't see why you get dropped, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. You don't say you don't troll. You don't say anything mean. You're the nicest guy out there. There's no reason for that.
Yeah.
No, that's you too nice.
But beyond that, people, we are gonna we're gonna end it here. I got some things I gotta go do, I guess. Pick up the wife, you know, she wants to get picked up. I don't know why, right? I say
I thought I was supposed to drop you here and just leave you here forever. You know?
You can walk from Seattle, from the downtown Seattle, walk home. Go for it. And all that. But you guys have his webpage pinned. I got it pinned in the comments. Check that out. And then you guys, I do my opinion, I do a kick-ass weekly newsletter. But to get that newsletter, you have to go to the website and you have to subscribe. Otherwise, you're not going to get that newsletter.
It's free, man. It's free, people.
And like Tanae says, you know, more you do something, and better you get. Every week, it gets better and better. I even been working on the website to get it better. You know, get it better.
Always working on the website.
You know,
always on that site.
Well, you know, like you said, you get better and better. You know, I try to make the page easier to read. The more you work at it, better it gets. So I'm constantly trying to approve things. And I don't, you know, for now, well, I should say for now, but to get that newsletter, just go to the website, subscribe. So I get your email address and you get it, and it's fun and all that. And even our good friends, Teenage is on my website, like I told you guys. You know, if you
I get your newsletter too. I see your newsletter.
Good.
Yeah, I forced to get it to you. You don't have.
Oh, really? I didn't even know.
You know,
I thought I joined it willingly.
He's coming on my show. I'm going to put his email in there, even if he doesn't like it.
We don't even like it. I've already got his email. He's going to get it anyway. He's like, oh, well, it's free. You just don't have to. This is free. You just read it and go, oh, I'll go to it. I even told Eric, no offense to you people in the sidebar, Tanuj is different. He's young. He can go to a fucking complex site and do whatever. We're dumb. 50 years old, 40 years old. Guys, let's face it, you're not familiar with all these. I go, Eric, really dumb it down. Not putting people down for guys like me. Make it simple. Simpler, the better. So Eric's really been making it.
I do. And dude, and it takes, like you said, it takes time to when I make a newsletter, I gotta spend hours, and I'm not, like you said, I'm not even making money out of it. I'm doing it because I have fun doing it, and I try to find articles, UFO sightings, Bigfoot sightings on there, and I do this because I love it. I'm having fun.
Yeah,
and maybe one day I can make money out of it. I don't know, but like you said, if you feel positive, be strong, do what you like, do what you love. Sooner or later, it's going to pay itself. It's going to pay back. It's going to pay it forward.
I'm going to do an hour tonight on my Robert Wood channel, just an hour. Eric's going to the movies to see Godzilla.
No, that's actually next week. I found out.
Oh,
I fucked up on that. It's next week, but I'm still going to the movies tonight. I'm seeing some movie called Nobody, where a guy's he has a family life and finding out that he used to be a hitman from the past. Great storyline.
I know that feeling. I have that same problem.
And some people, I want to thank James Harrison saying awesome show. Thank you. Carla, great show, guys. Going to buy copper water bottle after this. Today,
awesome.
If you come out with anything out of today, just knowing you helped somebody to buy a copper water bottle.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
You should. Hey, this might get an idea. You should sell.
Get easier.
I can do that. You know,
copper water bottle.
And explain to people why. Hey, maybe that's why the Matrix said be on the show today, because you're going to get the idea to sell copper water bottles.
Absolutely, you would.
And people will learn that buy 24 karat gold, then go to a beach and sit there and meditate with it.
Meditate with it. As long as you have a girlfriend with it in a bikini, it really helps. It really helps. Gold and a bikini girlfriend. Yes.
And beyond that, guys, on Monday, the show is going to be about multiverse. We're going to go through the series of all multiverse. So that's going to be, I think that's going to be a fun show on Monday. And then Wednesday next week, we're doing a show of the Lost Tribe in Mexico City. I'm not going to say anything more about it, but it's going to be very cool on the Lost Tribe in Mexico City next week. So beyond that, we love you all. I want to thank Makers on Video.
Love you guys.
Fantastic. We learn a lot. And then that crazy drunk guy in the chat named Alien Drunk. Watch what you ask for, because if Bob goes there, he's going to take over your Bigfoot hunt.
Yeah,
I'm
they're gonna
telling
take
you.
me out Bigfoot hunting.
And thanks for the pizza, Alien Drunk.
Thanks for the pizza.
So beyond that, I'll see you guys all later.
Bye.